Team Kill Podcast. Intentional Strays.
Oh, what is up, everybody? My name is Killing Spree 37.
And I am Silencer.
And this is the Team Kill Podcast, episode 59. Welcome back. The first of the month, a day after Halloween. Listen, guys, I told you last week we were going to try very hard to get a Halloween episode. But listen, guys are busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, buddy.
The 29th, the 30th, and the 31st were surprisingly, they were busy ass days, super busy.
Busy being a whore.
Yeah, those are my times of day. Okay, this whole month is my time to have fun and chill and relax. This is my Christmas.
Yeah.
So I like doing all that scary shit. I'll get more into it in my past weekend. Silencer, how was your past weekend?
It was, the same. I can't really say, but I got into the rhythm of starting a new journey that me and you talked about.
Right.
I was busy creating a lot of shit. Besides that, I was, momentarily trying to figure out what kind of scary movie to watch.
Right.
Because you know what? I can't seem to find a movie that's like, hey, you know what? This shit's good. Besides the those movies that are I've hold on my words that I've already watched.
Yeah, right.
Scared me that a little right there, right?
Yeah.
So like the Amityville Horror, the House, the Conjuring, those movies are they hit home.
Yeah.
So those are the only movies that ever since the beginning they're like, oh man, these movies are nice. Actually keep you in a suspenseful, scary, mood. But the other ones, I try to watch on Hulu, they have that Huluween thing.
Yeah.
Man, I was watching some random ass ones, and for some reason they're pretty gay, pretty bad,
Right.
I couldn't fuck with them, so I left that whole the whole vibe of trying to watch something scary just wasn't working out for me. This is what a life of violence and getting abused as a kid has brought to you.
Listen, and it's nothing that nothing short of the internet. Let me tell you something. Cartel decapitation videos.
Headshot.
Yeah,
Doesn't get realer than that.
it became the normal now.
Rotten.com.
Headshot.
You see that shit. I don't think any of this shit's gonna scare you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
It has to hit real close to home. Like Hostel. You know what I'm saying? Hostel, to this day, I'm fucking terrified of traveling outside of America.
Yeah.
Terrified.
It just comes to a point where majority of the movies is just something that you expect now. It's like, oh yeah, that happened. Okay, there's nothing, out of the ordinary.
Right.
So I just gave up on that, and then, well, I have a little, little story that me and the nephew had. But
okay, all right.
If you want to say that for later on for the little scary stories, or, well, no, I guess I have one from middle school, so I guess I'll throw it. So on Sunday, I was like, hey, you know what? Well, actually, Saturday afternoon, I found this nice little. The website looked pretty decent, right? It was appealing. It was, man, this thing's gonna be nice. The event, it was a haunted house, okay?
Okay.
And, I was like, all right, cool. So I asked my little nephew wanted to go, and we decided to plan it out on Sunday. And this was around 9:30ish, 10. So we dipped, and, when we got there, it was just, I was expecting more than I got out of it, okay?
Okay.
Let's just start there. So I go in there, and I was like, hey, kids can't be younger than 12. How old is he? And my nephew, being a smart ass, he was like, oh, I'm 14. I didn't even have to say shit. So I'm like, all right, cool.
All right.
I was just like, all right. So he let us in, and it was this little entrance of a little stairway. You go towards it, and there's a spherical room, and it's moving, trying to make you dizzy, I guess, prepare you for the next room.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So I was just like, all right, cool. Just keep walking. And then we enter the other room, and it's just a bunch of smoke, and then these assholes just popping out trying to scare. And my nephew was just like, your costume's not even that good.
Headshot.
One of the guys.
Okay.
And I was like, you can't be saying that shit. So like I just backed up and we just continued walking. And
Damn,
then
he
we're
got
just
out there fit
walking.
like that.
Yeah, well, see,
Okay.
my neighbor's kind of he's like a little, he doesn't care.
Okay.
He'll say what's on his mind, and I guess that's just generation of kids growing up.
Yeah.
So it continued going, and then we went to halfway through, it was like this little, kind of like you mentioned, like escape room.
Hmm.
But it was like amazing. You had to find the key, and there was other people involved, which I didn't really like because some of them were being loud as fuck, and I was just chilling in the background watching my nephew. And he was
Right.
also just walking around, looking at the walls, doing nothing crazy, just trying to inspect the walls. And then, so after somebody opened the damn door, there was a man dressed as Jason.
Hmm.
So let me tell you, there was this black lady with their daughter. They
Okay.
walked through it, and Jason had a fake machete. And this fool literally launched it at them. This bitch fell on the ground and lost her wig.
Oh wow.
Headshot.
So she was a part of the Halloween shit, right? That was her costume.
I
Headshot.
guess I don't know. That bitch was embarrassed as fuck. She ran out.
I would have been too. Fucking bald headed bitch.
And my nephew was like, "What the hell was that?"
It's walking around
I'm
like
like,
a
"Oh,
little hairpiece from the Adams Family.
yeah." I was like, "I don't know.
Headshot.
It's probably something mechanical. Just it fell."
That's
And
wild.
I was like, "So that was the best interesting thing." And then we just kept walking in some little rooms had some bloody ass gorillas, and it was in cages, trying to fucking pulling their hands out, trying to get you.
Hmm.
Then at the end there was like this big like I don't know, like an anchored exit.
Right.
Okay, I had a bunch of bubbles, like water bubbles,
Hmm.
for some weird reason, and I was like, damn, I ain't trying to get wet. What kind of shit is this? So we go through it and fucking bubbles all over. And then I asked my nephew, hey, so what did you like it or what? He's like, man, I've seen better ones online on YouTube. I was like, what the hell? Like, so you made
Damn.
me fucking spend, and the tickets weren't that easy on the wallet. I spent about, well, it was like 120 after tax for two people.
Listen, that's gracious because the one that I was looking at was like $80 per person, and we
Ah,
were trying
hell
to go
no,
with
fuck
like
that.
5 people, and I'm like, holy shit, like no fucking way, bro.
Yeah, fuck that. So I don't know. It wasn't worth it. The whole thing probably ran about maybe 30 to 40 minutes.
Right.
And some of the environment was cool, the way they decorated it, but the people that were trying to scare people, I don't know, I feel like maybe they ran out of energy or something. They were just there trying to do a job. It felt lazy.
Yeah, yeah. Or like the COVID pandemic. They're desperate, for people, and the fucking people that got the good, haunted house calls. They were like, hey, um,
Yeah.
I'm not working for you guys anymore. And then, I got to the bottom tier, and they just fucking, oh, you have you say you went to acting school? Okay, well here's this job right here. You know.
Fucking resume says I do TikTok.
Headshot.
I do TikTok skits. Those are my
That's
acting
my
skills.
acting.
For real.
Fucking stupid ass people.
That's funny.
Yeah, so after that, it was about close to 12, so I was like, man, fuck this. So I took him home and I went and got myself, good old reliable Whataburger.
Right.
And I got home, it was like 1:30-ish, and I just knocked the fuck out. And I woke up the next day and I was like, well, today actually in the morning, I was like, uh, where has Halloween gone?
I think COVID might have been responsible
You
for
think so?
the death of Halloween. Yeah, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Last year,
Hmm.
I don't think anybody left the house. If you left the house, you were brave.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
anti-vax. Anti-vax people who just like did not give a fuck. But I think that was the start of the decline. Because let me tell you something, and then I'll get into my weekend here in a little bit. But
All right.
um, I I maybe saw like I want to say like 5 groups of people. That's it.
Oh, trick or treating?
Out trick or treating, yeah. And
Oh.
like the year before that, I want to say maybe like 10 people. Like it was like we followed the group, you know what I'm saying? And then this one in particular, like we kind of like there was patches, bro. We walked by ourselves, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like this is not what I was expecting," you know.
Yeah.
So I'll get more into
Damn.
it, but I think COVID might be the death of Halloween, and I think age. I think age is starting to play like a factor. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of these things where they don't want to do that no more. They want to go to these little parties, you know, with their friends, and
Get drunk.
yeah. I mean, we're talking about like 8-year-olds, you know. So
Hey, they be drinking. You never know.
yeah, you
Fucking
never. Yeah,
pulling out
yeah, you never.
the Hennessy.
Yeah, you never know. So you never fucking know. So, but
Getting some hoes
I
at
think
that
a lot of
age.
people are just like into those parties, bro. And I don't think trick or treating's gonna be around for. It's always gonna be a thing, you know. But I don't think it's gonna be at like it's hot commodity. It peaked like I want to say like in the 2000, from 2000 to 2008. I want to say like
Yeah.
it was peaked, and then it kind of just like slowly rapidly fell down, and then the death, you know, of Halloween might have been COVID, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just wild.
Yeah, it's 100% crazy.
That is like the only. How to say? I used to when I was in school. I used to fucking enjoy Halloween because of all the shit that I used to do. So, and plus the environment was different. Like you have all these cool school things that were going on, and fucking. And now I pass by schools and they're like just not there. It's just like fucking empty.
Well, you know, it has to do with a lot of things. So, you got mass shootings, you know, at
Ah,
schools.
okay.
The Colorado, the theater that I go to, the Century 16, they got shot up. Dude was in an outfit with a mask, and people thought he was, you know, in there for the, you know, for the video, for the movie, and dressed as the
Yeah.
movie. So that kind of killed it. So schools, and then you know what else too, like PC culture, bro, and cancel culture. We don't celebrate Halloween because it's the devil and this and that, and you know, whatever your stance is on that, you know what I'm saying? It's to each their own, but a lot of
Yeah,
that
that's
shit
true.
played into like schools not accepting costumes, or you can wear your costume just no mask, and sometimes the mask is the key defining factor of a Halloween costume, you know.
Yeah.
So I think all that has to do with it, you know. So just shootings and PC culture, you know, because some people sometimes they didn't grow up either celebrating Halloween, or a lot of times, bro, they were poor and they didn't really get to dress and do all that shit. So to
All
make
the crazy
kids not
shit.
feel bad, yeah, like oh how I felt bad, how I didn't have a costume or my
Yeah,
costume was
yeah.
homemade. Let's not put the kids through this again. Classism, you know. Let's not put the kids in this space to get clowned on. Let's go ahead and just not allow them to wear this type of clothing. And when they're not able to do that,
Yeah.
nobody can be shamed, you know? So,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Crazy times we are approaching my I don't know, I feel like having a kid these days is just it's weird.
I know I've been slowly introduced to pandemic babies. Have you ever seen a pandemic baby?
No.
So, like, a pandemic baby is a baby that is born between, I want to say January to like January this year. So, like, one whole year, 2020, you know?
Yeah.
And they do not like, they don't know what nothing looks like because they never left the house for safety reasons, you know?
Okay.
They're like they're I want to say like they're learning and stuff about how shit works is like delayed because they're just in the house, and oftentimes they're just kind of put in front of a TV or a iPad, you know. I read an article earlier this year saying that kids that were going back to school from the pandemic were speaking in these British accents because these
Yeah.
fucking YouTubers they were watching were like from the UK and shit. So they were like, "Oi, mate."
That's funny.
So The pandemic babies, they look at you and they're like, who the fuck is this? What is that? Like, how? I didn't even know they made them this size, like it's like bigger baby curiosity. So that I believe is going to, kind of shape up when they start to become older.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of shit about Gen Z. I think we're going to hear about that pandemic gen, and then it might be all negative, It might all be negative stuff because I believe that's where our like mentality shit's going to start to decline because of that. No
It's fucking
disrespect.
funny thinking about it. No, yeah,
Yeah.
no, because I've seen some fucking kids, bro. Some of these are. I mean, I pray for them.
Headshot.
Definitely knock on wood for a few. Are you done with your weekend?
Yeah,
All
that was the highlights,
Yeah, that was good. No, that was good. My highlight, okay? You spoke about it a little earlier. You gave away little cliff notes, okay? But I went to an escape room, okay?
Okay.
Because I looked at haunted houses being $80 a person, and I was like, listen, I don't want to get scared that much,
I mean, even if you fucking pay for it, who was gonna guarantee that you were gonna get scared? Probably
Yeah,
trash.
the price scared me. So, job well done.
Scared by the price.
Yeah, job well done. When you click checkout and your cart has a couple tickets and it totals up to 300, you're like, what? The tax and all this stuff. Not to mention the fact that these lines are at least 4 hours. I'm
Yeah.
never doing it. So I decided, you know what? Let's go do something else. Let's do something different. If my girlfriend could put in any type of research whatsoever, we'll go to it. So her friend went to a haunted, not a haunted whatever, but an escape room. Okay.
Right.
He said they had a good time. My girlfriend was influenced by this and said, hey, let's go to an escape room, right? I said, okay, fine. Do some research into it. Tuesday, okay, last week.
Okay.
We go to this escape room, right? Mind you, the building, at least the door, is like between two buildings, okay? It's like a slice of fucking bread, okay? It only had enough room for the stairwell, okay?
What the hell?
So I park, boom, $12 for parking because it's downtown. Pain in the ass, sucked, whatever, bit the bullet. Now, the hardest part of the escape room wasn't escaping the room. It was literally getting to the room. There were 4 flights of stairs to get to our escape room.
Headshot.
Your boy's not healthy, okay? I went up them stairs because we were running behind. I'm always late, fashionably late. I like to be on time,
Yeah.
This time I took a shower, I kind of laid down, was not feeling well, but I wanted to go. So I kind of, was like forcing myself to go. And we were running late as is anyways. So your boy had to do, double steps, I don't know if anybody understands, but you do 2 steps at a time, right? Being out of shape and not, warming up. I got to the 4th flight of stairs. Couldn't breathe, right? It was winded as fuck. But we got there nonetheless. Late, we got there. We had to sign this waiver. Okay, it was me and my girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
We signed this waiver, right? That's pretty much saying that if you fucking die, not due to the stairs, okay, but if you die,
the hell?
or you get yourself hurt in this little escape room, it's not on us. It's on you, right? All right, cool. I signed it. We were late. They had to start the clock at a certain time because another party was going to come, right? So it was just me and my girlfriend in this room, right? I loved it.
Yeah.
That it was just that. We go into this room. It's the flower shop, right? It's a haunted flower shop twist to a certain room that they already had, but with a haunted aspect to it. Being that it was Halloween, I thought it was appropriate, right?
Okay.
Now, the price was cheap, so it didn't really matter. We go in, we start doing these clues, right? Because we were late, the guy gave us a free clue. He turned off the lights. There was green paint everywhere, and it was like, oh, broadcast right here. There was a little radio, okay? I started doing the radio. Me and my girlfriend were getting clues, here and there. We're getting hints from the guy that's watching us, right? And let me tell you something. Have you ever been to an escape room?
No. I
Let me
can't
tell
say
you
that I was
something.
doing.
if you never like, let me tell you one thing. I am a person that works on things and I get pissed at other people, even if they're not doing anything, because of what the task is making me do and how it's frustrating me so much, okay? This was that task. So we start doing clues. We start to put a lot of effort into stuff, right? She has her way of thinking. I have my way of thinking. We're missing something. We're getting hints from the guy, but we're still missing something, okay? It was about flowers and digits. You had to figure out a phone number to open this other door, right? Okay. She had her theory. I had my theory. We were both right, but it had to be together. You know what I'm saying? So we figured it out. We go to the next room. 30 minutes wasted on these fucking flowers, okay? It was one small part of the room, okay? You open the next room. It's a bar with like bodies everywhere. And we're getting more clues. We're starting to figure stuff out. We're doing good, but we're not doing the best. So it gets to the point where we are stopped by the guy and he says, hey, your time is up, right? All right, cool. You know, I'm happy. My girlfriend's sweating. My forehead's a little damp. The guy says, well, so you have two options. I can show you how the room operates at the end. So how do you escape? Or you can go ahead and try to book it again and you can escape, right? I asked the guy, how long is this going to be in here for? He said, this is only it for Halloween. And then we're going to get rid of the room and do something else, right? We'd like to keep things fresh. And that's how we operate. So I said, and I looked at my girlfriend. She looked like she wanted to know. She looked like she didn't want to come back. And I was like, fine. All right, show us how it works, right? Wait, before even that, I had asked him. I said, give or take, fractions, percentage, how far are we from escaping this room? Okay? Me thinking that he was trying to be funny. He crossed his arms and put his, hand on his chin like he was thinking, right? 10 seconds passed by. 20 seconds passed by. 30. A whole minute and a half, okay? This guy's in that thinking thing, and I'm like, damn, right? Yeah. And to my knowledge, when we booked this, it was for easy. It was easy. He says, he looks at me with a serious face. You're about 30%. Right? A whole hour. Fuck? So I'm looking at my lady like, damn, like video games failed me. I thought I could do a little better than 30%. And he looks at me and he says, well, yeah, that's why I asked you guys if you guys knew how to do an escape room, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, like we kind of knew. He's like, yeah, because this is the hardest one.
Headshot.
What? He said, this is the hardest room you could have chose. I look at my girlfriend immediately. You fucking said this was going to be the easiest fucking room, right? Yeah. And she said, that's what the description said. So I'm looking at homie like, nah, like we're not doing it again. Just show us the way out, bro.
Headshot.
He showed us the way out. It was a long, intricate process. Some of the clues that we found were 100% by accident, by the way. And overall, it was a great experience. So much of a great experience that we're going to be rematching an escape room on her birthday this month. But it's an easy one for sure. We asked the guy before we made a commitment. Cheap as fuck. I enjoyed it. Was really fun, right? That's how last week was pretty much about. Now, Halloween. Let's get into this real quick. Your boy, he's getting into that adulting age. I felt the need to we lived in this apartment for about 4 to 5 years, okay? As an adult, I've never put out candy. For some reason, I felt like this was the year to put out candy, okay? Yeah. Got my little bowl ready, made a little sign, put the chair outside, put the candy out there. I'm like, somebody's going to take it. Some little trickster kid is going to come up and take a handful or take the whole bowl. It's going to be funny. When we come back, there's going to be no candy. It's quite the opposite. Let me tell you. I believe one person came, and it might have not even been a kid. It might have been the guy that took out the trash.
Headshot.
Fuck.
Then took a piece of candy. One, the bowl was still full. And I was like, all right, it's 7 o'clock. Let's leave it till 11. The bowl remained the same. Nobody came up the stairs. I did not get tricked or treat. Nobody did nothing. So it was a failed year of giving out candy for trick-or-treaters, right? But it was my first time. So
Yeah.
I finally found a costume. I don't know if I said that last spot, okay? But I finally found a costume. Scream. Ghostface. I finally found one after bashing companies for not making plus-size costumes. I found one, right?
Alexi.
I found one. Let me tell you something. I got hit with, it's the guy from Fortnite, but for Ghostface, which is in Modern Warfare Warzone, right?
Oh, yeah.
All I hear is little whispering chimes from little kids. It's the guy from Cold War. It's the guy from
Headshot.
Warzone. Even one of the little kids that asked me, hey, bro, do you play Warzone? Sure do, buddy. He's, oh, yeah, I like it. I like your costume.
So they knew you not from the movie, but from the fucking game.
From the fucking game, bro.
Wow.
I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, these fucking assholes. Scream
That's
is not that
fucking-
old, fam. Like, okay, it's like 90s.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. These fucking kids, I'm telling you, they're growing up something else.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? So, I enjoyed it so much. Halloween, like I said, you had the little conversation about Halloween. It has a chance to, like, get up there again. I just think that so many people are, like they're either anti-vax or they're not, they want to get vaxxed, and that creates tension between neighbors, and I doubt that neighbors, want to do certain things like that, Because we saw a few houses that were decorated, some that weren't. Some that were like completely like dark as fuck, and when we walked by, they're like, "Hey, you want some candy?" And I'm like, I guess." So
Get out of my way, bitch.
yeah, like you don't know that you're one of those people. So I looked at the candy before I ate it, but overall, it was a good time. Probably, I'm gonna have to say it was the best Halloween. We woke up at like 2. No, we woke up at 10, right?
Yeah.
Straight to the action. Straight to ordering stuff. I made this cinnamon bread pan sheet shit that looks like blood and guts,
Okay.
with strawberry jam. So it looked pretty good. Got some pizza. I bought Scream, so I was able to watch 2 of the Scream movies out of the 3. Favorite Halloween movie, dressed in the costumes. So I had a great time. Halloween couldn't have gone better this year.
Good shit.
Yeah, it was really good. And then I played Back for Blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I was looking into reviews, and a lot of people seemed very negative about the game. And then when I kind of dove deep into why they might have not liked the game, they said because they removed the N-word. So,
Headshot.
Oh, okay. I completely forgot about that.
yeah, remember?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's a weird reason to not like a game, but okay. I played it. Let me tell you something. Back for Blood
Yeah.
is Left 4 Dead's, like, they're, like when, like in high school, like a chick was like ugly and then she like blew up and like got like super nice. That's what Back for Blood is. Back for Blood is like the cuter, like the ugly little sister that became the cute sister. That is that game, okay? Let me tell you something. Holy shit. Was this game not only fun, the graphics were fun, and like the gameplay overall was like so great.
That shit came out fucking packing, huh?
Yeah, crispy as fuck. And not only that, it's from the makers of Left 4 Dead. I think that because they had some type of exclusive contracting with Microsoft, that they left and switched their name for Back 4 Blood. It plays almost exactly the same, just with different mechanics and different types of guns, modes, cosmetics, and battle pass shit, But overall, it was a fun game. I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
So that's pretty much it. And last thing, before we even go on, I set up my Christmas tree.
What the fuck? So early.
Just get it out the way. I made a TikTok of my girlfriend, and she was like, "Well, since we have everything out, can we just put up the tree?" Like, you sure can.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's
Funny
pretty much how
ass
my
shit.
weekend. Right. But
It was good. It was good.
it was good. But I might have gotten some candy, out for people, and they might have not taken it. But you know what? The razor blades that I had in the candy, I'm gonna give them to you, you asshole. It's time for a rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Players ready up. 3, 2, 1.
Silencer's mom gave out Flintstone vitamins as candy for Halloween.
Headshot.
Couldn't afford a real candy. You
Mijo.
get what you pay. You get what the house you went to.
Your mom was like, Mijo, estos son dulces. See?
Headshot.
Okay.
All right.
This fool gets excited and loves Halloween, but it's not because of the holiday. You know why?
Why?
Because you can finally buy a costume with hair and experience it.
Headshot.
All right, that was nice. Okay. Michael Myers, I want to see what that cut do. All right. All right.
That fade.
Got a little fade, little part. The Gen Z fucking Michael Myers. This fool Silencer barely knew English his first Halloween. He went up to every house saying trick or treat, but to them they heard trim your tree and kept giving them yard work.
Headshot.
Been a little hustler since a baby boy.
He's like, ¿Qué te dieron, mijo? Dinero, pero quién sabe por qué? Hey, you forgot to leave. You forgot to trim, buddy.
Headshot.
Go out for some candy. Come out with some yard contracts.
This one came out with fucking landscape experience.
Came back certified.
Certified landscaper.
This fool. All right. This fool looks like the missing chromosome of John Wayne Gacy.
Headshot.
Oh, shit. Put the clown outfit, too.
That's exactly why I said it. Since you love caustic too, that little clown out.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Game over.
All right, I see you. Oh,
You can
shit.
pick him without without noticing. Ah, damn, the clown.
I know. And it's one of my favorite skins, too, so.
I wonder why.
Oh, man. Listen, we got a nice episode for you. It's a mix of the Halloween episode that we were supposed to give to you guys, and then just a normal podcast episode since we're dropping it on normal time anyways. So
Yeah, buddy.
one of our topics is going to be our favorite Halloween story. Okay? Silencer,
Okay.
what is a favorite Halloween story that you have?
It has to be maybe back in middle school. Okay, it was a little aggressive, a little violent.
All right.
It's a very long story, but I'm just gonna try and keep it short. So back in middle school, I was doing bad things where I was up to no good, skipping school, all the good things.
Making trouble in your neighborhood?
Yeah. So this around Halloween came by, and I knew these guys, and they were like, "Hey, you know what? There's a block party." It was on a Friday night. I was like, "Okay, cool." So we go. Listen, when we got there, the party was banging. They were playing old school songs, Snoop Dogg and all that. So I was like, "Hell yeah, this shit's gonna be badass."
Right.
So I go in there, and it was me and, well, at the time it was six other guys, right? We fucking roll in there, all fucking deep and shit. We were like, hell yeah, ain't nobody gonna fuck with us. So everybody had a costume because it was supposed to be a costume party. We didn't. We were just wearing our normal. Back then, I used to dress with khakis and white tee, and that kind of attire.
Also, you
So-
went as a homie.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It was a homie party.
Little homie figurine.
It was a come outside food kind of party. So we went in there, and then it was, the bun, and then at the side, I see a fucking dude that I had, a little beef with. And I was like, ah, shit, okay. So the problem with this guy was, he was messing with some girl, and basically, I stepped in to be like, hey, you know what, chill out. And we got in a fight. He got a good shots in, but I was able to, knock him down. So after that, I saw them, and then three other people that were with me, they left to the side to do whatever the fuck they were gonna do. Probably drink, get laid or whatever.
Right.
And I was with the other two. One of them just disappeared. I don't know where the fuck he went. This fool notices me, and I'm like, ah, shit. So this guy was with a couple of girls, maybe four. And I was like, okay. And this fool just points at me, and I'm like, all right. This fool's gonna want something now at the party. You know how parties are in middle school, and everybody thinks they're the shit.
Right.
So these four girls come up to me, and that fool stayed back, and I was like, what the hell? Tell me why this bitch fucking pulled out a blade. And she was like, hey, do you remember what you did?
She walked up to you.
Yeah. I guess this fool was a fucking pimp. And I was like, damn, this bitch literally just fucking told these bitches to come and fucking harass me.
Damn.
And I was like, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I was being a smartass. I was like, can you refresh my memory? Another bitch pulled out another one. I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta get out. These bitches are gonna fucking stab me right here. So I fucking run. The other two homies were in the kitchen. They looked and then she came out and looked at them. I fucking started running outside towards the front yard. And maybe 2 blocks, there was a park. I fucking ran as fast as I could. I looked back and these four bitches were fucking chasing me. Just imagine a fucking random kid running and then fucking four girls chasing after him with weapons.
Wow, that's wild. Fucking running with blades like fucking Shelly Kruger.
I was hoping so bad that one of them fell. You know how to say don't run with scissors?
Yeah.
So I ran to the park, and then there was this little house-looking cabin where people barbecued, and there was a restrooms in there. And I was like, maybe I should go in there because they were kind of far. So I went in there, and I hid in there, and I was blocking the door. And then at that time, I had a stupid ass flip phone, and I called one of the guys, and I was like, "Hey, I'm at the park. These fucking bitches are after me." And they got weapons. I was a little scared, it was Halloween. And so the guy was like, all right, cool, where you at? And I told him, like, all right, we'll be there. And I waited there, 5 minutes been by, 10 minutes, nothing. I was like, damn, what if the bitches got him? So I kind of opened the door a little bit, and it was just dark. It was pitch black. I didn't hear shit. I was just hearing the nature noises with the fucking little insects around. And I was like, damn,
Right.
maybe I should fucking run. I closed the door a little bit more, and then I called the guy again. He answered me, and he was like, oh, shit, hold on, I was with the bitch. And I was like, bitch. So at that time, I was like, fuck it, I'm just by myself. This was probably doing some other shit. And then out of nowhere, I hear this noise with chains. And I was like, damn. I thought I was fucking hearing shit. Like, me being in haunted houses, like, for real. I was like, damn, this shit sounds like the fucking dogs of hell and shit.
That's when Caesar's beefing with the Warriors.
And I was like, yo, what the hell? So I opened up the thing, I didn't hear shit, and the fucking noises just fucking dropped. And I was like, all right, I had a plan. I'm gonna fucking run forward. And maybe about 3, 4 houses, there was a left turn. And that left turn ran into the highway where I can go back to the house where we used to live. And I was like, okay, maybe that's what I'm gonna do. So I waited until, my stamina got back up. And then I was like, all right, let's do this shit. So I opened the door and then I just walked slowly. Because if they weren't there was no point for me to running, right?
Right.
And I just kept walking forward a little bit more. And these bitches, I turned to my right, and these bitches were sitting on the bench. They had fucking chains. Like those fucking long ones, where you pull out engines from. That kind of chain. That bitch was just dragging it. I was like, ah, shit. So at that point, I just said, fuck this. I just fucking ran as fast as I could. I got scared. And I don't know if you've been in a situation where you get like fucking scared. You feel like you unlock this fucking power and then you just run fast as shit because of the adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing. And then I got to the point where I got to the highway and I lost them. and I got home safe. And then the next day, we had school, and I saw them in the hallway, and they were all calling me a bitch
They had
for
knives
running.
though. They have
Yeah, and I
knives
was
and
like, bro,
shit.
how you gonna call me? Nobody was with me. You guys were trying to fucking assault me and fucking hit me with the chain and shit.
Fucking carve your ass.
Yeah, and I was like, damn. And so get this, one of the bitches recorded me running. She recorded me running on the phone and she was showing people. I was like, all right, well, I don't give a fuck. You can show
Fucking
as many people you want. What
fucking bitch
the
was
fuck you
world
want me to do?
star. She was a world star before world
No, these
star.
bitches were, yeah, these bitches were wild as fuck.
Nah,
They were
that's
from the,
wild.
they were from a bad neighborhood. I don't want to say the gang, but you know,
The fucking south side of Dallas Fort Worth.
it was actually the north side.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, they were rocking red and I was rocking blue, so you can
Oh
see the.
shit.
And I was like, damn, that was one of the scary moments of my childhood because if I don't know what the fuck, I don't know if they were just playing around trying to scare me, but I didn't want to stay around to see what they were actually gonna do.
They're about to fuck you up, I told you.
These fucking
Nah.
cholas, look, these cholas are the ones that have the fucking thick ass eyeliner with Sharpie.
Oh yeah.
These are the kind of bitches. I was like, hell no, I don't play with these hoes.
Be having a fucking boomerang symbol on their eyebrows.
Hell no. And then a couple months later, I got fucking jumped. But they fucking sent their homies and I got jumped. And then they left me
Yo,
alone after that.
where were these fucking heathens when Michael Myers was fucking getting jumped? Because
I don't know. I wish that fucking Jason would pop out at that time.
they could have helped out the town people that fucking Michael slaughtered after he got jumped.
For real.
These
That
guys,
shit was wild.
these guys not only chased your ass, but fucking followed you months later, like weeks later, and got you.
Yeah. They
Oh
got me
my!
fucking coming out of the bus.
Oh, that's even worse.
Three of them just fucking jumped me. I was like, all right.
Oh no!
I got up and then I was like, all right, is that it? You guys cool now? One of them fucking smacked me again. He said, all right, we're done. Next time, watch your fucking mouth.
Should have given her Halloween candy.
For
It's
real.
all cool,
I was like, all right,
Holmes.
cool. All right, we're good now.
Oh
Back to
shit!
back to normal programming.
Back to normal. No, that was good.
That was one of the best days of my life.
It sounded lovely. One of my favorite Halloweens. It has to be when I went to my first haunted house. So, my family wasn't into going out. My brothers, like, they had their little family by that
Hmm.
time. My sister, I don't really get along with her like that. So I'm the youngest of four. Well,
Okay.
three, then me, so four. And we had another family, right? We had like cousins, and
Yeah.
they were like kind of close knit, but like one of the cousins was my age, so I would hang out with them. It was brought up during like a family function that, hey, we should go to a haunted house, right? And I have this issue, and a lot of people know this if you know me. Anytime somebody invites me or tells me we should do something, I always say this word for word. I say, hell yeah, let me know, right? For
Okay.
me, that's yeah, yeah, shut your ass up, invite me, and when the day comes, and then we'll see. So the day came. It was October 30th, the day before Halloween, and it was Six Flags, right? So it was in Colorado. It used to be called Six Flags Illich Gardens.
Okay.
And I think Six Flags got sued, so it just became Illich Gardens or whatever. So we went, right? It's my first time being like there for Halloween. They had like this whole Fright Fest shit where people were walking around scaring people, the rides at dark and all that types of crazy shit, right? Very Halloweeny, okay?
Yeah.
But where they do the pool, they have a haunted house.
Okay.
And we waited in line, right? It's about 2 hours. One of my cousins, the cousin that was my age, I won't say his name, but he was like, yo, you look scared, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a little nervous. Oh, you're so scared. Oh, you're so scared. Oh, I've been to plenty of these haunted houses before. You're so scared. Oh, right?
What the hell?
Talking shit, right?
All right.
Making it a big fucking thing. So eventually it's our turn to go up. Now,
Okay.
when you're entering this haunted house. Again, what did you say? The little spear, like the room was spinning types of shit?
Yeah, like little spherical with the like a universe type of design.
I'm off to a bad start already. Because while everybody else walked through that shit hit me. I was on the guardrail, leaning, walking sideways, bro. I could not fucking walk.
Damn.
Fucking falling everywhere on the floor, trying to pull myself. Like the room, everything was spinning, you know?
Yeah.
Fucked me up. Had a bad experience right there, right? Off to the next thing. My cousin's laughing. Right? Oh, he's so scared. He can't even get through it. All right. So we keep going through it. The first jump scare, that smile goes away. We start to go down these stairs, and it's like a super tight wall where there's actors on the other side of the walls at certain parts of the stairs.
Okay.
One guy comes down and touches him in the shoulder. The smile goes away again. Another thing happens, right? Down the line where some chick screams.
Yeah.
He looks like his eyes are super wide open. They stay like that for the entire rest of the haunted house, right? This fucker is terrified at this point. We go to the end, right? And it's a clear stretch from where you're at the end to the exit, right? Which is a garage door that's slowly closing.
Okay.
As soon as you walk, strobe lights start hitting you. A guy with a chainsaw comes out. The cousin that was laughing at me, you're so scared. I can't believe you're so scared of this. Been to hundreds of haunted houses. I've never been scared. Don't you know that this fool not only was crying,
What the fuck?
pissed himself,
Ah, no.
and ran out of the fucking apartment. This guy, we're talking about like age like 12. So like I'm in middle school and this was in like a grade below me.
Yeah.
Pissed himself crying. And like he has like the trauma face where he's like eyes are open, but he's just like not talking to people and shit.
Yeah.
Ruined the whole experience. The family thought the sister and the brother and the husband of the sister thought they broke him. they were talking to him and he wasn't answering shit. We had a whole day in events planned after that, and because this kid fucking didn't know how to handle the haunted house shit, they fucking took him home and everybody had to go home at that point. But the reason why it's a funny favorite story because it's my first haunted house, and where I thought I was gonna be like super scared.
How old were you?
I was maybe like 12 and this fool was like 11.
Okay.
So it wasn't that crazy, you know. It was like middle school-ish. So it was hilarious. To this day, if I was close with him, I would invite him to the podcast and talk to him. But I don't talk to him anymore.
Yeah, I wonder why.
You know, it's always some reason. You know, that definitely showed his character though. But it might be one of the reasons. When we used to go do bad shit, where I remember that moment. I'm like, I don't really want to do shit with you. I've seen how you act under pressure.
She fucking traumatized you.
Yeah, it traumatized me, and then it was my first experience for a haunted house. So it's scary. It was scary, but it was like, wow, like relax, buddy.
And then what took care of it. Way worse than you.
Yeah, way worse. Yeah, his face was like, I wish I could I wish I could screenshot my thought of him being scared and give it to you and like just show you on a computer. Like, look at this was fucking stupid ass face. He just like shocked. Like, you're next to a computer, right?
Yeah.
Type in the Get Out cover, okay? And then you'll see, Get Out movie cover. The way that guy's eye and face is like that. That's how he was. For like 40 minutes until the fucking mom like smacked him on the car ride. She cocked her shit back, right? Because she was like low key scared. But then she kind of like got hints that he might have been overreacting. And she fucking like cocked back her shit and smacked him across the face and he slapped out of it.
Damn.
Yeah, pun intended. So that was my favorite Halloween story. Other than that, guys, we got
that's good.
Yeah, we got a nice podcast episode for you, you know? We have an update, Silencer. This one's a crazy update. It's funny because we talked about this scam likely or marketing. The results came back. The Reflect
Okay.
scandal with Valkyrie and this blue light pollution skincare line was indeed a scam.
Ah.
So before I read the news, a few days prior to this, we got some leaked messages, okay,
Yeah.
from, I believe that between the two people, it was Ludwig versus Valkyrie, okay? A private Discord conversation that somehow got leaked. But nonetheless, I'm going to read some of the cliff notes from this.
Okay.
It starts off with Valkyrie saying, Ultra invested $4 million. So it's like, why wouldn't you make it legit? Why would a company like Ultra invest in something like this if they didn't also believe the research? They just don't understand how this ruins my brand. If the research isn't public, I really needed it to be public. I'm so dumb. I should have asked more questions. I just thought it was obvious it would be there. I'm just going to embrace the scammer life, get out of the contract,
scammer life.
and admit I was an idiot. Right?
Yeah.
The next screenshot reads, and it's Valkyrie and then it's Ludwig. First one starts off as Valkyrie. They hate me for leaving the contract, but it's looking like it's possible, so I'm hopeful. Ludwig says, LOL, I know. It hurt their brand to have you stay. It'll hurt their brand to have you stay. She replies, because apparently I didn't sign one of the contracts, so I have a bit of leverage. He responds, it's like a win-win, right?
Yeah.
And she responds, right now we've been going back and forth with PR and lawyers for a statement, and they are just going to get me to say the dumbest shit like, while I will still be using Reflect products, I hope nothing but the best for this passionate team. I really messed up with trusting these people. Ludwig says, LOL, that's psychotic. Today, or maybe like a day or two ago, we got officially news. Reflect skincare brand, co-founded by Valkyrie, has been effectively terminated. The products are no longer available. How do you feel?
Do you think she ruined her whole career for some quick cash?
So we're down to that, right? We said that it was either
Yeah.
a scam or she just saw money and she put her name on the dotted line. It makes her look bad. It does make her look
Definitely,
bad.
100%.
It makes her look bad. Stupid? No, because you saw something and maybe you didn't believe in it, or you just saw a quick, easy bag. At the end of the day, you made a decision for your money, right? That was smart either way.
Yeah.
It makes you look bad because not only these messages came out, how they came out, a private Discord messages, right? It could have been on a server, it could have been on DMs, right?
Yeah.
Somehow these came out, made her open, honest opinion about it, right? Following all the slander and shots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes her look bad because it's that coupled with the misinformation and them dissolving the company.
Yeah.
It's like the company's gone. These messages are out. Like, none of you guys believed in this. They're fucking. It's a scam. It's $4 million, silencer. $4 million. They invested $4 million.
Fucking crazy. Do you think she deserves everything she got coming or what?
Yeah, anything that as far as like her getting like
'Cause
backlash.
this was no innocent type of, the company seems legit, let me try and invest in it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This
It's 2 years. She said, "Oh, it's 2 years of my life that I put into it before she said all this shit." So, I've always said this. Okay, I've always said this. People are loyal to the money, anybody should, right? Anybody that's getting the bag should have some loyalty of where the bag is coming from.
Yeah.
The only issue is you're not loyal. You weren't loyal to the end. As soon as shit went awry, she sold out that fucking company. She got away from it as soon as possible. But the thing is, she didn't get away from it quick enough, you know? But I'm always a firm believer in reading and then signing something, or having the intent to at least look into what the fuck you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Because oftentimes shit like this happens where there's misinformation. People use your name for money, for clout, and it makes you look stupid sometimes, you know? It doesn't work out that way. So like a few times, especially me, I can say this like passionately. Earlier on in my content creating days, there was a game accessory place. I won't say the name, but they were like, "Oh, apply here, and then we'll send you sponsorship money and shit like that," right?
Yeah.
So I went ahead and applied. Next email I got the next day, "Hey, you're approved." Okay, cool. I see that. Nice, real nice. Looked into it. A lot of their stuff, their materials and stuff looked great, looked legit. The reviews were nice. All right, cool, right? Finally, I got a sponsorship thing. Put a sponsorship code, was getting money, and then the money stopped, right?
Yeah.
After maybe a dollar amount, maybe at a certain period of time, who knows? Nonetheless, the money stopped. So I went on for maybe like a month, and then I completely cut off the brand, right?
Yeah.
They also had an influencer, okay, a little brand person that was giving out codes and shit like that. He had about 2 subscribers. Another person had maybe like 11 subscribers. Oh, I got a new sponsorship, guys. And me at this point in my content creating career, I probably had like 4, almost 500.
Okay.
So to see somebody with 11, see somebody with 2, I was like, what is going on? Is this like a normal thing? Turns out they're kind of a little scammy. They were just getting anybody, getting anybody to market their shit, giving anybody partnerships. And they weren't really looking at your shit. As long as you applied and marketed their shit for free, they were, happy. And sometimes some people got money, and sometimes they just didn't do it. So, and if you read the contract, especially what they said, like the terms and services and shit, they do have some type of like thing where they say like they'll stop paying you if they don't feel like it's right. But then like a lot of videos started coming out. Oh, this company's a scam. They don't pay their people that promote them and stuff like that. And it's similar to what she was doing, right? I didn't do enough research. I did it for the money, and shit happened, But luckily for me, a lot of people didn't buy shit like that in like amounts, People were ready to buy that reflect shit. So, how do you feel like she deserves everything, or do you feel like maybe it's just for now and then later on it'll be fine?
Listen, everybody probably is gonna forget in a month or so. It's going back to normal shit, but the fact that she did this and then all the shit got leaked and she was trying to act like the victim at first.
Right.
Yeah, it was just, karma biting her back in the ass, just like it intended to.
Yeah. And you can only go for so long being lucky, having a good streak of luck, not just luck, but like good things going your way until something bad happens. Earlier this year, you saw her Twitch amount leak where she was making like $100,000 a month. That's crazy. I don't think it's going to affect her brand. And if it is, it's going to be on the next endeavor that she puts out, We got
People are
Christmas.
gonna be like a little psyched out.
Yeah, we got Christmas coming. If she was like, "Oh, I have my personal business that I just built right now, and you can buy all these bundles and shit for Christmas," people are gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't know. I might wait till June next year to see what the fuck it looks like,"
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but she did it to herself. And I don't think,
She got
yeah,
she has lots to reflect.
yeah, definitely. All right, we'll move on from that. Now, speaking of people doing their research and, you know, just scamming people, this next announcement and news article that I read, it feels like we as a gaming community got scammed
Yeah.
and it hurts. Okay. Facebook is officially changing their name to Meta. I think that they stole I don't know how exactly, but I think that they stole or just kind of like revolved this around gaming terminology. Meta. We always hear that when we're referring to new seasons for weapons, for characters, strategies sometimes. It's always a
Yeah.
popular thing amongst gamers, you know?
Okay.
Oh, people are using the fucking Peacekeeper in the Vault. Oh, it's meta this season. It's meta right now, you know? Call of Duty. The Car 98 is meta. You know, a lot of people say that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
They're switching their name to Meta. Okay. How do you feel about this first off? And then tell me what your thoughts are about them
So
potentially stealing it from like gaming.
so I was doing a little bit of research, and apparently Meta is going to be the umbrella company that holds these entities, such as Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
Right.
So Facebook, they're not going to change their name from the apps or the actual, platform. They're going to stay the same. But there is a big company above them, which is now called Meta.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a kind of a strategy that I was seeing what he wants to do. So what he wants to do is put people in this kind of virtual reality where people start interacting virtually. Okay, because if you know, he owns also Oculus.
Right. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so according to his plans, he wants to make social interactions, like you go to a restaurant virtually and you talk to people. So he wants to basically go full fucking virtual and fuck life.
Yeah.
Why do we need life? Fuck it, right? Everything can be right there.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of experts and other people that put in their opinion and said that this could be extremely bad for society if we're not careful,
Right.
especially with the growing up kids, which can be devastating because just imagine spending your waking up, get on this damn thing, going to work in this thing, and just fucking doing everything. Imagine going to work. You remember that we talked about some YouTuber that was playing GTA and actually going to work?
Yeah, I was just about to say that too.
This is going to be the same thing.
Yeah, just on fucking Facebook.
This is fucking crazy. So, on that note, I hope that this shit fucking falls off
Right.
because there's a lot of things that's still testing on the waters, and it's something that I don't wish to see while I'm still alive in this earth.
Yeah. I think we crossed that road once we, as humans, invented VR.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it started fine. It was a cool concept because you can play games, but I mean, bringing it to be part of your life and replacing it with real life,
Right.
nah, that's something else. So, me personally, I'm starting to get away from anything that has to do with Facebook.
Right.
So slowly, I'm just gonna, push it away. And as I am starting my new how do I say, a journey to as a content creator. I will be focused on YouTube and TikTok mostly. So not super happy about TikTok either, but it gets you there.
Yeah, TikTok is like super
It's super
invasive.
trendy right now. It's the
Well, it's
thing to go
trendy too,
with.
yeah. It's trendy, but it's like invasive. Like I noticed that when me and my girlfriend talk about certain things and trends, it like
Did you
shifts
see?
to it like that.
Did you see that interview with Ted Cruz that I sent you?
I've watched a little bit, but you can bring it up on here.
That fool was going on crazy, asking all these questions to the CEO or owner of TikTok, and that fool was dodging questions left and right, was never answering them.
Oh yeah,
Ted Cruz was just going on that ass, and he said, "You know, you're in court, you're under oath, you don't want to answer, and that tells us a lot about your company and what you're doing with the data, who you're sending it with, because there's apparently a conspiracy that TikTok is gathering all the information from Americans, and since headquarters are in China, they're spying on us."
yeah. And listen, I wouldn't be surprised. I
Yeah,
think I can say this now. I think we've talked about this, but maybe in private, maybe on the podcast. But I was I'm thinking that they're doing a lot more. I think that
yeah,
they're trying out something different. I think that they're trying out crossing like algorithms. Okay, so
hmm,
for instance, couples. Now,
yeah,
I see something right that has something to do with my girlfriend, right?
okay,
And well, she sees something that has to do with what I do, right? So, for example, she had I think it was like a TikTok where a husband would fucking buy things behind the wife's back, and then the wife would find it out, right? And she would send it to
yeah,
me, right? And then for me, it was like stuff that she was doing, like she was like working at Amazon, and there would be like cooking or like just random shit, right? And I thought it was
okay,
weird. So what I thought was weirder was that like she would be like, "Did you buy something the other day?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And she was like, "Oh, nothing, because I watched TikTok and it said that a gamer boyfriend bought something and hid it from his wife and shit." And I was like, "Oh, that's weird," you know. So then
what the fuck?
I brought up my TikTok that I saw of her, and she was like, "Yeah, I did something happen like that, similar to me." And I'm like, "Don't like you don't see what they're doing?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "They're fucking crossing our algorithms to like
Mm,
tell us shit, tell each other something, you know?
yeah,
They're telling you that you're doing this, and they're telling me that you're doing that." So it's a
that shit
little
is
weird,
wild.
right? It's a little weird that they do certain things like this.
Yeah,
Um, Again, it's like the microphone it picks up maybe what they're talking about, maybe shit that you don't hear.
spying.
Spying, yeah. So, but I 100% think that they're crossing our algorithms together. The closer we are to each other, because on here, right? You said something on here on Discord,
Yeah,
and I didn't say nothing about it. You said it. And the next thing that it popped up for me was the shit that you talked about, which was I'm like, whoa, like whoa, like we do a pod and everything, right? But we don't fucking. I don't sit there and repeat what you said, you know.
yeah,
So it was a little weird to see that type of shit and that type of content come across my shit. But there's something up with that company. But luckily for me, I just use it for gaming and stuff. But it's invasive. I can tell you that much. I can tell you it's super invasive. Um, it's 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 like I get weird like shit, bro. I get weird like female. I got like a lot of female shit. Like gaming stuff, just like like weird, you know, like
weird shit.
super weird shit. And I'm like, yo, like what the fuck are they doing with the data, you know?
Yeah,
So, I think we're going off track here, but I think Facebook, Facebook, changing their name really has to do with that data breach, huh?
I don't know. It has something to do with this shit, and I think it's going to. I don't know. It's going to change a lot. So
Right. Yeah, because I always used to see when Facebook bought WhatsApp, it was like
yeah,
Facebook bought WhatsApp, you know? It wasn't like parent company, Facebook bought this, bought Instagram, you know? It was always Facebook bought Instagram, Facebook bought WhatsApp. So now I think that they are putting it under their parent, brand.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like from now on, it's going to be like Meta bought this, Meta bought that, Meta is under fire for Facebook's, you know, data breach and shit. Because recently they were under some data breach, or not wasn't data breach. It was a whistleblower, right?
Yeah, the whistleblower.
Yeah, so it was a whistleblower that said something about their race thing where you were reporting and it would just show you it again just to get you talking and stay longer on the platform and shit like that. So, which was followed by their massive shutdown for like a couple hours, and then they came back, and now you hear stuff like this. They're changing their parent name to Meta, which is interesting.
It's fucking weird.
Right. So, do you feel like they used, because of the Oculus, because of where they're trying to go? Do you think that they took Meta from that, or what do you think that really happened there?
I
It's
think
a little
they
coincidence.
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think these assholes were in a meeting. You know, they were doing like, yeah, what the hell should we do? What kind of I don't know. I feel like they named this on purpose to say, you know what, we're the best in the business, and there's still a lot more to build,
Right.
and expect more of us to be like on top. Because if you think about it, I mean, Facebook in the whole as a branch, it's basically the biggest thing in the world right now.
Right.
Who doesn't have a fucking Facebook or doesn't know about Facebook?
Right.
So I think they just named it in, on purposely being like, hey, what's the matter of life now? Fucking
Yeah.
Facebook.
Well, when you use gaming terms, the name makes sense. Every season there's always a new meta. So every few
It's always
months
in.
there's always a new meta. It's like the meta is like the trendy thing. Trendsetter.
Yeah.
With other words, it's just like a 4-letter word for trendsetter. Which, I mean, it sounds nice, but I mean,
I think there's something dark behind it.
yeah. So I wrote that in my notes, so you could speak on that.
So I don't know. I think for me, Meta, it's going to be a universe where they control, the population via virtual reality, and it's going to be the key for them to be like, hey, you know what? We can have this information towards you. We can blackmail you, blah, 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 this and that. Sell it to company, do all this. So I guess like the meta universe of them is puppets and them controlling.
Right. Have you ever seen the movie Circle or The Circle with Emma Watson?
No, I have not.
So it's it's a little bit like Facebook, right? It almost seems like it's like if you really watch it now. I mean, it came out a few years ago, but if you watch it now, it's like dead on to what the fuck they were kind of portraying in there. But so it's about this chick who applies to a company that's like Facebook, right? It's called The Circle.
Okay.
And basically, what they do is they kind of watch everybody's shit. They have posts. It's real social networky, right? But every few months, they try to add on these fucking really invasive procedures and like measures into shit. So she, to show that she's in the circle, to show that she's a part, and to kind of get her eyes on her, she
Yeah.
shows everybody her life for like 24 hours a day for X amount of uh, months and years, maybe.
Yeah.
So she starts doing that, and people feel like super invasive. I think she walked in on her mom fornicating, and like they went viral. And everybody knew what they were doing because everybody was watching this chick go live for 24 hours every day, nonstop. Watching her sleep,
Damn.
watching where she went, like no privacy whatsoever. It goes down like a deeper, darker spiral where like these companies were using data and shit, and they weren't really doing certain things that they were saying. They It's like there was a photo of Mark Zuckerberg who had a Apple Mac, right?
Yeah.
And it was brand new out of the box. This guy put like this fancy looking little cover up thing
Hmm.
over the camera and over the microphone and speaker of the laptop. You
Hmm.
know, there's things
Yeah.
that they do with our information and data that they don't do to themselves. They know a lot
Yeah.
about what they do with data. So I could see them manipulating shit. I could see them using this to kind of, feed people that certain thing. We've heard it, not to be political. We've heard it where they kind of said, "Oh, you didn't show Trump ads, but you showed Hillary Clinton ads, or you showed Joe Biden ads." And anytime Trump said something, you guys kind of didn't approve the ads. But this is supposed to be fair, fact checking shit, and you guys aren't really doing that, And he's just like, I don't know what to tell you. So I think it's getting dark. So it's getting. I was more interested in the other shit that you said, the Ready Player One conspiracy.
Yeah. So I read that somewhere, and I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracies going on right now. But see, the thing is, the community for the creatives, I've noticed that they're on this and they don't think anything of it because they see all the lavish things that they can bring towards the creatives field.
Right.
Now, when you look at it from a personal life, it can be damaging because, like you said, it's gonna get all in your face, do everything, see everything. It's gonna control you.
Yeah. No, and I think it's it's. I think people are like too lazy now to to have this type of ready VR1 type of shit. America don't need this. America don't need this. This is more for like people that can control it, because we already live too much on the internet. You know.
Oh, but what if we're just getting started? That's the thing.
Nah, but I think, yeah, I think that is that we're just getting started, but we don't need it to
Because
be like The Sims.
yeah, imagine. Okay, so what did this pandemic show us? That there can be a lot of work being remotely. Now, if you think about it, what if it's a way to introduce a new world where you can put these damn things on and go to work in a virtual remote environment?
Yeah, but it's like sometimes people like need to be hands on with shit. And it's a good idea, right? It's a really good idea. If it's similar to the Elon Musk monkey playing video games. It's
Yeah.
a good idea, right? It has to be executed perfectly. I don't think Facebook, out of all places, mind you, Facebook is extremely toxic. So I don't think
Definitely.
Facebook is like the thing that should be rolling this out. This should be more like Tesla. I would say even YouTube, like, this types of things, or even a third party company. But Facebook, with all the data and the toxic communities, we had the Russian hackers that were going on to Facebook and they were kind of manipulating us to vote
Oh
a
yeah.
certain way. I don't want that. I don't want to experience that. I'm also aligned with what you kind of said, was getting rid of the app overall, or just getting rid of that. Whatever Facebook has its hands on, just not use whatsoever.
Just knock it out of the way.
Yeah, get it out of the way. So um, we kind of spent a little time on there. There is a little thing too I wanted to say too was you have you ever played Sims?
Yeah.
It's highly addictive. Being able to control, air quote, your life in a video game where you get to feed yourself, where you have all the tools at hand, right?
Hmm.
And a lot of people find that easier to live than their life. And that's a hard thing. That's a hard pill to swallow.
There's
So they're doing that with their little, create your virtual little avatar. And I don't know if you've seen the meme where Mark Zuckerberg was like, "Oh, what's your favorite feature?" He's like, "Oh, let me show you," and he fucking gives himself breasts.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so like it's It's Sims to me. And if I know anything about Sims, if anybody on here that's listening has ever played Sims, it's addicting. So I could see more people putting all their effort into this fucking virtual world to keep up appearances on Facebook and it just not being, cut out for them,
Yeah.
So that's
Gonna
what I
be
feel about
some
it.
wild times that are coming.
Yeah, and I think I was born in the right spot, the right spot of gaming, the right spot of the internet, because the more we get in tune with the internet, get more exposed to it, the more we get exposed to technology, things start to change, and they're not changing for the better. They're changing to, for the people born after us, and it's not looking too good.
Yeah.
We're AI, artificial intelligence, like
It's getting there.
Oculus. Like there's gonna be a point, bro, where they fucking turn us. The VR shit's gonna be like, oh, we'll do it for a robot. Put your VR into a robot and then go work, then go do this, and yeah, I don't think it's gonna go well, bro. So I'll leave it at that.
It's a huge subject, so yeah, we'll never fucking stop.
Yeah, it's never stops. So we'll just skip it. Speaking of, companies being invasive, taking your data and using it against you, Ubisoft has been in the news lately. They were sending players emails as Anton Castillo, who is the bad guy for Far Cry 6, and they were guilt-tripping players about how much they played the game and how they should play the game more. Now, Silencer, is this new marketing or is this, a little invasive?
This is definitely new marketing because I played the fifth installment, and this never had. I think this is a way to, I don't know, to keep those players that somehow don't keep the retention. Be like, hey, you know what? Here, boom. Let me remind you that you still have this game.
Right.
So I don't know. It's a very smart tactic,
Right.
because I don't think it's going towards any, like, it's not being too invasive. Because if you think about it, it's just going off the play time that you get on the game. So all it's doing is recording the time, and probably they set a timer with like, hey, if this player hasn't been on for say 24 hours, send them an email.
Right.
I don't think it's scraping up anything else besides that.
Right. I'm with you there so far. And also, to be honest with you guys, I'm pretty sure you kind of accepted some terms and conditions, and I think there might have been a checkbox where they were like, hey, can we use your data for X, Y, and Z? And you're like, oh, yeah, sure. Let me hear you play the game,
Yeah.
So I saw that, and I was like, oh, man, I might have signed something. I kind of remember looking at stuff and was like, yeah, what the fuck would they need, So I think that it's a little desperate, I want to say. It's a little desperate. And the only reason why I say that is because we don't need to be reminded, hey, you didn't play this game. You've only played for a couple hours. You could do better than that,
Yeah.
Because then at least the conversations like this, that they're watching you and they're being invasive, they're using your data for X, Y, and Z, similar to Facebook. And I thought it was funny. Did you get an email?
I don't. I have the old account. I haven't searched it. The ones I have on my phone, a different account that I use for that.
Right. So I got an email. And the email was like, right, me and you played. We only play with each other. We play and then we move forward. So the email was like, 12 hours. You could do better than that. And I was like, what? Bro, the game
out,
just
bro.
came out.
That shit is funny as hell.
Right. So I thought it was funny, but a lot of people were thinking that it was invasive, and they were thinking that they were being harassed, like being fished into playing the game a little more.
Well, see, the thing is, me coming from the background of marketing, I have a list of emails where they sign up with my stuff, and then it takes maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm able to send reminders of, hey, I have this product, you want to buy it, blah blah blah. So I'm not doing anything invasive, just reminding, of something.
Right.
So
Sometimes people don't like that though.
yeah, but why are you signing up for it? Like I have these people literally signed up for it. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
That is true. I don't think people realize what they were signing up for though.
Yeah, and the thing is, on the emails, and I'm pretty sure on this email too, they have an unsubscribe button.
Yeah, that's
It's
exactly what I
super,
saw.
super easy to get out of it.
Yep, super simple unsubscribe thing. I saw that. I read it, and I was like, okay, cool, I understand. I did get the email. I thought it was a little weird at first, and then I laughed, and I was like, damn. I was like, and that's when I hit you up, and I was like, yo, let's play the game. Like, we haven't really played the game that much. Let's fucking progress. And I thought it was funny. So you don't think it's invasive? I thought it was funny. I thought it was invasive at first, but there are people out there that are like complaining. They don't understand why they're getting harassed in the video game about a video game that they haven't played. They have lives. They're adults, and people are going crazy. So I thought it was funny.
That shit is wild.
It's wild. So, all right, we're on to our last topic, guys, and then we're gonna head the podcast. This one was actually recent. I believe it was today or yesterday. Okay. Nick Merckx was having his annual. I don't think it's annual, but he definitely has, like, for Warzone, he's been doing this, but his Apex tournament gauntlet thing, right?
Okay.
Where he was putting up some big guap for, for a couple people that were going to win this. Now, some people weren't able to get in, and there became a huge issue. So, popular content creator Trainwreck calls out EA Sports after not being able to be a part of said tournaments. EA claims that he has gambling streams and pretty much told Nick Merckx to not let him in. To which he replied, and this is a live tweet that he had, okay? And it's going to bring up another conversation. The tweet reads, "Hey, at EA, you corrupt, shady fucks. The real gamble was done by you when you paid me $150K for 4 hours of Apex. A game no one gives a fuck about me playing. I'll sponsor Nick's tourney for double what you offer, you virtue signaling FIFA pack gambling fucks." How do you feel about this?
It's a good start,
Yes.
It's a good start into giving it to EA. 'Cause
Yes.
knowing EA, man, I don't know. There's something about EA. They can't fucking get out of the terms of fucking their own gamers out.
Yes.
So this is good. It's a good start. Somebody standing up, to the big corporations and be like, hey, you know what? You're not. I mean, there's people out there that can fuck with you, and you're just fucking yourself up at this point.
Yeah, you're not that guy, EA. You're not that guy. Now, what's
Yeah.
funny about this? This comes after them saying they're not doing FIFA anymore. Right? I don't know if the licensing was there. There are issues with the FIFA packs, the gambling,
Yeah.
shit that they're in court for. But this has to be a fresh breath of air from a content provider, because not only did he sit there, call them out on their bullshit, he also gave a number that seemed quite high. Now, 100 and hold on, let me see. Let me get the number right, okay? 150K for 4 hours
That's
of
wild.
streaming Apex.
4 hours,
Silencer, do you know how much that is per hour?
I haven't done the math.
It is $37,500 per hour.
Wow.
And this is, I don't know who Trainwreck is, right? But he has a blue social media check mark, so you can kind of assume that he's getting the bag, he's up there.
Okay.
Now, me and you had this discussion about these streamers. They would go and they would play Apex, and no matter how much they got paid, they were like, oh, they would upload their losses and fucking. Oh, this video is sponsored by EA Sports and Apex, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was in the midst of them switching over from the genre. Now, I think it's a little funny that they get paid this much and they still weren't able to fucking, you know, grab a little decent content here and there, you know, for the people that were providing some cash, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Now, the FIFA jab. You FIFA gambling fucks, right? FIFA pack gambling fucks is what he called them. What a bar. What a fucking bar this guy said. That hurt. That hurt. They're like, you know, them.
Somebody's crying in the back.
Somebody's saying something. Now, before we get into anything else, is there something like a breach of contract here about him saying how much he got paid?
They could have, but at this point, I really don't think he cares.
Right. And if he said he's willing to double Nick Merckx's tournament money, I mean, you're letting your nut hang, you know?
If they're over there, you know, not saying all this shit at EA, and him knowing how corrupt they are, he could easily turn the shit around in court and be like, hey, you know what? You try to fuck me over, blah, 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 blah. You're corrupt, this and that.
Right.
So it could go both ways. So I feel like at this point, he just didn't give a shit. And, you know, he said, let me pull my balls out and
Fucking
give him the train.
Drag him across your fucking face on live social media.
What a fucking win.
I love it. I have been, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with EA. More on the latter, where I've started to hate it a little bit more and more every day, year that passes by. Just because they're, you know, they're fucking selfish with their games, and they're always done with their little aspects and shit. And to be honest with you, it's just overall like the vibes from them aren't like what they're supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
And for gambling streams, we don't want to be associated with gambling. So, yeah, that guy that does gambling streams, yeah, he's not allowed to play in this. I think if they would have let him play, they would have avoided all this mess. This might not do anything for the average person, but for me, who sees the hypocrisy, who sees the, you know, the way that they do things, and already with the stories that we've already reported on throughout the year that we've been podcasting, it's always you know, EA Sports and gambling. You know, it goes hand in hand.
Let's not forget, and you know, let's not get away from the fact that EA literally raises addicts, gambling addicts.
Yeah, with their loot packs and their
Yep.
yeah.
And you know, these little kids fucking go and beg their moms, or sometimes they even fucking steal their cards.
Steal,
And
yeah.
boom, 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 let me apply them. What are you building at that point? Fucking gamblers.
Gamblers, thieves, and
Yep.
super like grimy people, you know. That's a grimy thing to do, to steal, to not only do that and just buy it, because they have the little no return policy. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you bought this, okay, but it's in game. You already have the money. Too bad. You know,
It's ridiculous.
there's no refund policy for that, and that's where it starts to be like, okay, so you promote gambling, and then when people make accidental purchases, you say no. Like, that doesn't seem right, you know. There's a reason why
Super
they do
stupid.
it. Yeah, super stupid. So he called them out. I'm glad. Does this like hurt? Have you seen the We're the Millers?
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember the part where they're all outside of the fucking, you know, the trailer, and they're all talking about the money. It's like, you're getting paid
Oh, yeah,
500,000. You're paying me 20. And she's
Yeah.
like, damn, you're getting paid 20. I'm only getting paid 5. And then the dumbass guy's like, damn, you guys are getting paid. I feel like this is gonna start that. You gave him 150K. You gave me 10K. I have more followers than him.
It gets into a bidding war. Everybody's trying to, be like, hey, I bring more to the table. Why the fuck are you paying me this?
Yeah, it's always never say your wage in front of people that you work with, because sometimes they don't match. Don't match
Yeah,
theirs, and
exactly.
it starts a little hostile thing. So I think that this is going to start to be the turning point where we start to stop kissing ass of game developers. Which, let me tell
I
you,
fucking hope so.
especially for EA, I am done seeing ass kissers left and right of EA. Oh my god, especially fools that are trying to get into like the partnership with them and get this type of bag.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there's like no inch of cock left for them. Like,
begging so much.
yes, they beg and they look so desperate, bro. Like, and it's annoying, to see where it's like they're not that great. You just want a bag from them, but it's like so, and it's like, well, you know,
You just want them to fuck you.
Valkyrie wanted a bag too, and it made her look bad. So I could see people taking the EA bag, looking a little stupid too. So that's about it. I'm glad that he spoke out, after things didn't go his way, and I cannot wait for more content creators to just speak out about these types of companies that do some shit like this. Just for for us, the fans, to know exactly who they are. Hypocrites. Hypocrites.
Yeah.
They're scared of cancel culture. And because they're so scared of cancel culture and they want to be PC and disassociate themselves from a popular, I'm not even going to say stigma, common fact that they're a gambling company, that they're raising gambling addicts. Yeah, I'm glad they're getting
100%.
called out. So I'll leave it at that. Do you have any final words on that subject?
I hope that fucking EA realizes that, this could be a pinnacle where they start to think, and I don't know, because sometimes I wish that EA wasn't so fucking money hungry and take care of their players more. So I hope this kind of puts that out there and they start rethinking shit, which I'm pretty sure they're not, but one can only hope.
Yeah, facts. All right, guys, that's the end of the podcast episode. We had a good one, nice, decent one. Sounds or any tips for you?
If you're gonna get chased by cholas, make sure you have a weapon too.
Right, and if they chase you for so long, considering changing your name to something fucking weird, because there's bad vibes with that current name, and yeah,
Bad vibes.
bad vibes with that current name.
What the
And
hell?
once you change your name, all your problems will seemingly go away. Okay. And with that being said, guys, my name is Killing Spree 37.
Name's Silencer.
We're out.
Killing Spree 37!
Give me some chon chon.
The champion of the world, Killing Spree 37!